Tonight on News 19 at 11, SLED is investigating their first officer-involved shooting in the state this year. We'll have the details coming up. Plus, folks spent their day off serving the community, all in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We'll have their story also. And presidential hopefuls from both sides of the aisles were in South Carolina today. We'll tell you what they did during their time in the Palmetto State as News 19 at 11 starts right now.
From the station that's on your side, you're watching News 19 at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Loren Thomas. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division is now investigating an officer-involved shooting in Orangeburg County. It happened early this morning at Coaster Club on Old Number 6 Highway in Santee. SLED investigators say someone shot a deputy who was responding to a disturbance at the nightclub. The deputy who fired back was not hurt. They are not sure if the deputy hit anyone as the car sped away from the scene. This is the first officer-involved shooting this year. Last year, there were 48 officer-involved shootings in the state. Well, Columbia police are investigating after a pedestrian was hit and killed last night. It happened around 5:45 p.m. on Garners Ferry Road near I-77 North. Police say the individual was hit by two cars when they stepped onto the road. They ended up dying at the scene. Richland County Coroner Gary Watts is waiting to notify the next of kin before releasing a name. Well, the search continues for a Sumter woman who hasn't been seen since a disturbance call was made yesterday night. She's 27-year-old Sharday Davis. Officers responded to her home at the Ritz Mobile Home Park after a neighbor called 911 following a disturbance. A 2-year-old and a 5-week-old were found alone by officers. They were unharmed. Friends say it's unlikely for Davis to leave her children alone. However, Herbert Linwood Butler is wanted for questioning in connection with her disappearance. Investigators say Davis has a history with Butler. He also has not been seen since that call. We're told that Butler also has a warrant against him for domestic violence. Anyone with information about their whereabouts is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-888-CRIME-SC.
Now, the Midland's most accurate forecast with meteorologist Efren Afante.
Well, it had been a beautiful day all throughout the Midlands as we had cloud-free skies and unseasonably warm temperatures, with most of us hitting the middle 50s. But over the course of the last several hours, up until now, we've had increasing cloud coverage. Temperatures right now, 43 in Saluda, 46 in Lexington, 45 down in Sumter, St. Matthews at 42. And here in Columbia, with overcast skies, 43 degrees, light winds now at 3 miles an hour out of the west-southwest. We are expecting a little more cloud coverage with low tonight of 43 degrees, some rain in the morning with a high of 53. We could see some sunshine in the afternoon. Then tomorrow night, 29 degrees. We could see a wind chill of down to 22 degrees. We'll take a look at the 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Lauren?
All right, thanks, Efren. Well, the GOP presidential race is more contentious than ever, with the two front-runners exchanging fire on the campaign trail. As Weijia Zheng reports from Charleston, South Carolina, the Democratic candidates are getting ready for a fight, too, on the debate stage.
Who put Donald Trump in charge of the elevator?
Ted Cruz cracked a joke about his closest rival after getting stuck in an elevator on Saturday. But the battle between Cruz and Donald Trump is serious.
But then today they have another story where he forgot another bank, Citibank, and he forgot.
At an event in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, Trump accused Cruz of hiding a loan from Citibank for his Texas Senate campaign after Cruz admitted he took out $1 million loan from Goldman Sachs. Trump also unleashed half a dozen tweets attacking Cruz for his Canadian birthplace and for slamming, quote, New York values.
It seems Donald has a lot of nervous energy.
The Democratic race is intensifying, too. The candidates are getting ready to face off here in Charleston, South Carolina on Sunday night in the final debate before the Iowa caucuses on February 1st.
All three contenders, frontrunner Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, and Martin O'Malley, attended the First in the South dinner on Saturday night, a nod to South Carolina being the first state to vote after Iowa and New Hampshire, where Sanders is giving Clinton an unexpected challenge. Weijia Zheng, CBS News, Charleston, South Carolina.
Well, the Democratic debate begins tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Well, Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley was also in the Midlands today, holding a town hall at Benedict College. He focused the discussion on equal opportunity and justice, as well as other important issues to South Carolina Democrats. O'Malley is currently behind Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton in the polls. Tomorrow, Mike Huckabee will be in KC, and he'll help lead the worship service and preach during the 9:30 service at Trinity Baptist Church. The church is located in Charleston, on Charleston Highway, in KC. Well, Iran will release 5 Americans from imprisonment, according to U.S. officials. One of the detainees is Washington Post reporter Jason Rezaian and Pastor Shahid Abedini. The release is a part of a prisoner exchange for 7 Iranians who have been convicted or are pending trial in the United States. Meanwhile, the U.S. has lifted economic sanctions against Iran after the United Nations confirmed that Iran fulfilled its obligations to scale back its nuclear program. President Obama has declared a federal emergency in Flint, Michigan after Governor Rick Snyder asked for financial aid for their drinking water crisis. Flint's drinking water became contaminated with lead after the city temporarily switched its supply from Lake Huron to polluted Flint River. It's a cost-cutting move for the city, but Governor Snyder is asking for $55 million to repair the service lines and $41 million to pay for several months of water distribution for residents. However, typically federal aid for an emergency is capped at $5 million. Well, just 2 days after losing her husband and manager to throat cancer, Celine Dion's brother Daniel has also died from cancer. The 59-year-old was in the hospital with cancer in the throat, tongue, and brain. He was the 8th of 14 children in the French-Canadian family and died surrounded by family at a hospice in Quebec. A memorial service will be held on Saturday. Well, millions of people will be celebrating the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on Monday, but some are already honoring his name by volunteering this weekend. News 19's Chuck Ringwald has the story.
I believe in the dream.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. broke barriers.
What he fought for is what I have the reality to do.
And inspired generations to serve his community as he once did.
The dream that he had, I feel like I'm living it.
Students from the University of South Carolina volunteered their time cleaning up trash surrounding Gills Creek along Fort Jackson Boulevard.
It unites Columbia from the university campus through the Columbia area all the way down to Fort Jackson. We're all united and we're here to help the community.
These students probably didn't even know each other when they first started, but they're gonna know each other by the time they leave.
I was a little nervous about this at first, but it's actually a really nice day and I'm really excited to get to know all these people. I've never met anyone in my group before.
Tamara Gale Tarrant has volunteered before. She says there's a moment when those volunteering for the first time realize the impact that they are having.
And you get to see that light in their eyes when they finally understand and they're so thankful for the help that you gave them. That's the feeling that I get every time I do service. This is our way of making sure people still understand we still need people to be out in our communities providing service of flood relief, helping keep the place beautiful because there's still all this litter and trash from the flood.
In Columbia, Chuck Ringwald, News 19, WLTX.
Well, the King holiday bill was signed into federal law on November 2nd of 1983. In 2001, all states began observing the day as a paid holiday, South Carolina being the last. Well, preparations for the annual King Day at the Dome rally are well underway. This year, the focus of the event is education equality, specifically making sure all schools are equipped to give students a chance to succeed. Presidential hopefuls Hillary Clinton, Martin O'Malley, and Bernie Sanders will be at the rally. Participants will be marching from Zion Baptist Church to the State House. The march lineup is at 9:30. The rally is scheduled to start at 10:15 in the morning. Well, the City of Columbia's 28th annual MLK celebration will also be held on Monday. USC President Harris Pastides will be the keynote speaker. The celebration will also include performances from Logan Elementary School and Keenan High School. The event will be held at Martin Luther King Jr. Park and Community Center on Green Street at 4 o'clock. And if you're looking for parking, all of the City of Columbia parking garages will be open to the public at no charge for King Day. Now you can see the 8 garages here on your screen that'll be available. In addition, street parking meters will not be enforced on Monday. Still ahead, it looks like we're going to wake up to a few clouds tomorrow morning and even maybe some rain. Coming up after the break, meteorologist Efren Afonte will have your family's full forecast.
Coming up Monday on News 19 this morning, if catching more Z's is a problem for you, don't worry, we have an answer. The 3 things that you can do to finally get a good night's rest.
Also, we're turning up the music while dialing down the savings. Our deal guy will show you how to unleash music right from your desk. News 19 this morning is Monday from 4:30 to 7.
We'll see you there.